Is Bell County now under the tornado warning until 9:30. We also have Georgetown, which is in Williamson County, and Milam County, all under a tornado warning until 9:30. Now we can go back to our reflectivity and show you exactly. There's our storm relative velocity, and we'll show you what's going on. The area of concern is like kind of straddling down in that region, so we've got to put those counties included in that. And again, as that rain continues to fall pretty hard right now here in the Woodway area. Most of the focus right now on the stronger storms is down to the south here. Matter of fact, we are looking at not only the possibility of that tornado, but we're looking at the possibility of some ping-pong ball size hail down in that region, as well as some very strong winds over 60 miles per hour. There's a tracker on the system right now itself, and you can see it heading over toward the Holland area at 9:07, Airville at 9:08, Red Ranger at 9:10 would be the current time right now that'll be moving through here on our storm relative velocity. If you live down toward those communities right now, you need to be seeking shelter at this time, but it continues to move off to the east. Once again, this is our storm relative velocity. We're looking at the winds inside the showers and the storms. So again, we are getting more information. Oh, we've got Haley.
Is my mic on?
Yep,
oh, yep,
go
it
ahead.
is. There it is. Okay.
Yep, go ahead.
Yep. So this is just in from the National Weather Service, a tornado warning for Bell County and Milam County until 9:30 tonight. And they're looking at some sort of rotation going on within the far southern portion of Bell County. So I'm assuming that rotation that was in Williamson County just about maybe 10 minutes ago is now pushed into Bell County. But as you can see, this little circle right here, that's where the radar site is. So once these storms start getting really close to this radar site, it's really hard to pick up kind of the accuracy of it once it gets too close to it. But we're continuing to monitor, like I said, this tornado warning for Bell County and Milam County through 9:30 tonight. It's currently 9:07, so just about a little over 25 minutes until or a little less than 25 minutes, I should say, until this thing continues to trek off. So I'm going to go ahead and put a storm tracker on this. We're going to continue to push this off to the east around 50 miles per hour. Again, heading in the direction of Bartlett at 9:09, Joe Lee Community at 9:10, Leedale at 9:11, Red Ranger at 9:11 as well. So again, the area of rotation is very, very hard to see. There's a ton of rain going on with this right now, a ton of lightning. It could potentially be rain wrapped. Sitting here still continuing to watch the weather service, trying to see if we'll get any sort of updates with it. But until then, I'll keep you posted.
Thank you, Haley. And I'll tell you what, for the most part, we are watching some very, very heavy rainfall come down here right now. If you're just turning on the channel here because you're like, what's going on out there? Well, we've got severe thunderstorm warnings. We've got tornado warnings that are in effect. So we're going to run down the list for you, as you can see, over toward parts of McLennan County, Falls County, all under severe thunderstorm warnings until 9:30. As you work your way down toward Bell County, now it's been upgraded to a tornado warning, Milam County as well as Williamson County. Again, tornado warnings are in effect until 9:30. These are Doppler radar indicated. These are going to be very, very hard to see. Not only because it's nighttime outside, it's dark, they could be wrapped in rain and you can't see them. So take my word here. The radar can see at night. You can see inside these thunderstorms out here, and we're watching the wind. We're watching the wind shear. One way, the direction is going one way, the other way is coming from the other direction. We're talking about the green and the red. Green is going away, it's going toward the radar site. Red is toward it. And what you are looking at right now, for the most part, this area of concern right now is what we are watching. Where they're really close together, that's where we are seeing the highest potential of some shear going on here, or some turning of the atmosphere, and that's what we are concerning about right now at this time. But you can see how that line goes all the way up here through the Temple area, and then up toward McLennan County, but down toward Williamson County. Again, this is the spot here that is really under the gun for the possibility of a tornado. And again, I'll be back out so you can kind of see the community where you are, kind of pick out where you are from Granger at 9:12 over toward the Airville area around 9:14, Joe Lee at 9:15. And again, this line of showers and storms, notice how it's bowing out. That indicates some very, very strong winds. If you live in Rogers, you need to be on the lookout right here. You need to be in your safe area. You got to make sure you've got everything pulled inside here. before it's too late here. These winds are very, very strong. They're going to be blowing your tents around, all your Halloween decorations around. Again, as we look at our cameras right now across the central part of the state, this is our live Centex roof system sky tracker, and we are seeing rain. Look at the heavy rainfall here in the Temple area, down toward Bryan and College Station. Quieted down a little bit right down toward Killeen and Woodway. It's shaking back and forth. I can hear it out there right now. Again, some very, very bad conditions, especially to be driving in because visibility is a lot lower. You're going to see ponding on the roadways out there, not to mention some very windy conditions. These are current wind speeds, sustained wind speeds. 17 in Waco, 36 in the Gatesville area, 33 in Lampasas. You notice those arrows out of the south there. Not only are they feeding these showers and storms, but they're giving it more and more moisture. And remember, the eastern part of our viewing area, east of I-35, they haven't had any showers and storms for most of the day. So the atmosphere is very ripe out there. It's basically ready for any development, and that's what we're seeing out there right now. But once we look down here toward the Bartlett area, and again, as we scan with our exclusive Viper radar, you can see over toward Bartlett, over toward Holland area, down toward Granger. We're circling the area of concern right now. Bartlett, you should be heading to your safe zone right now. This is a dangerous situation. That's our storm relative velocity too. And that's also showing you what the very, very strong winds that are with it. Again, a Viper radar over with reflectivity indicating where that is. You'll notice as we draw a storm tracker out there for you, heading off to the east around 38 miles per hour. If you live over toward the Donahoe area, around 921, Davila around 927. Coming crossing around 937. The Crossroads 941. These have been holding together. So I expect these to hold together as well. And again, most of this activity has been pretty strong all evening long. Haley, if you want to just flip it right over to a relative velocity, keep it on our reflective, or yeah, flip it over there, keep the same view. You can kind of see exactly the area that we are looking at. Again, remember, radar is indicating the red wind, the red color, moving away from the radar site, the green toward. When they're close together like that, that's where you have a problem, and that's where we have our problem right now, just off to the west of the Bartlett area with a possible tornado. We're going to put a tracker on that too, just to show you, and there are some times, just get an idea, pick a city that you are in, and you can kind of see what's going on here as it moves off over toward the Valverde area around 926. Most of this activity, again, has been Doppler radar indicated, and you won't be able to see anything because it's raining so hard out there. Also, visibility has been very, very low, and that will be the trend too, with this line of showers and thunderstorms coming through your area. So again, this is the area of concern right now with the tornado warnings in effect. But if we go a little bit farther to the north there, you can see up toward the Little River Academy there, some very strong winds, heavy rainfall moving through, and this line continues to track off to the east. So we're going to be talking about not only some heavy rainfall in a short period of time, which could lead to some localized flooding, some ponding on roadways, but also some vivid lightning out there. And again, as we look at our hail size, you'll notice around Temple, 1.25 inches in diameter, severe hail. Down toward the Holland area, down towards Spitesburg, just to the, I say, east of the Prairie Dell area, 1.75 inches in diameter. Severe hail. So you get the idea. The hail's kind of hit and miss. Not so much up toward McLennan County. If we could scoot up there, Haley, we'll just show what our vertical integrated liquids would be right now for the McLennan County area, meaning our hail potential. It's very, very hit and miss on the hail. That is some good news for the roofs, good news for the cars, anything like that. There's a spotty one you can see picking up a little ice there not far away from Elmont, all tracking to the east. That is Highway Interstate 35 right there. But again, that's well below severe limits. But most of McLennan County not showing anything but very heavy rainfall right now and some lightning across the region. Down to the south, though, that's where the energy is a little bit stronger. Also, it's where the atmosphere is a little bit more ripe. And that's where they've been seeing not only some strong winds down there, but some heavy rainfall, as well as the gusty winds and that larger hail that we were just showing you. Again, storm relative velocity, looking inside the thunderstorms, looking at those winds. And again, it's very important to see if we are seeing any diminishment or if it's getting a little bit stronger on the possible tornado. So that's why we keep going back to that relative velocity we want to see. Now, south of the Little River Academy, at this time. As we get a little bit closer in there, Haley, if you see, it's hard to pick out anything right now. It's not as well defined as it was before. That's in Bell County. As we slide down toward the Bartlett area, you see there at the bottom, not far away, as you start to work your way over into Williamson County, you're seeing a little bit too. Haley, some new information?
Yeah, well, as of about 10 minutes ago, they were saying that a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, aka it had some rotation in it, was located over Bartlett or near Granger, moving east at 50 miles per hour. But like I said, once you get close to this radar site, it gets really, really hard to kind of distinguish the inbound and outbound winds and where exactly it is. I'm going to take this back to reflectivity. Milam County is still under a tornado warning until 9:30. I know what you're thinking. People in Milam County going, why am I under a tornado warning? There's no rain. Well, this is coming your way. Again, this whole line of showers and thunderstorms is moving to the east at about 45 to 50 miles per hour. And there is a cell in here that is capable of producing a tornado, or at least has had some rotation in the past several minutes. Therefore, that's why they put a tornado warning out for these certain counties. But I'm going to go ahead and just read off some of the storm trackers, or the different populations that are going to see some rain here within the next several minutes. Going towards the Bartlett area right now, rain is knocking on your back door, as well as Jonah and Granger. Heading towards Dot at 9:18, Airville at 9:20, and Durango at 9:20 as well. So continuing to monitor these showers and thunderstorms. Again, this is all because of it's basically a line, or maybe a little bit ahead of a cold front that's moving into central Texas right now. We've been monitoring this all afternoon, since about 11 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. There wasn't a whole lot of activity this afternoon. We saw a little bit of light showers throughout the area, nothing too much, and we thought, okay, maybe that would stabilize the atmosphere just a little bit, because that's what tends to happen. If you get some rain in the morning, then you get severe weather in the afternoon. But of course, there wasn't enough rain for that. We actually saw a little, a little cutoff low that moved to the west right in front of this cold front. And that's what allowed all this severe weather to really pop up in place. And that's why we're seeing all these severe thunderstorm warnings, these tornado warnings and whatnot across central Texas. So kind of going back to the basics, I'm going to get rid of radar here for just a minute. A severe thunderstorm warning is still in effect for McLennan County until 9:30, going down to Falls County until 9:30. Now a tornado warning for Bell County, of course, until 9:30, into Milam County until 9:30, down in the Williamson County area until 9:30 as well. Again, these showers and thunderstorms are moving off to the east, west to east at about 45 miles per hour, producing a lot of lightning in some spots, especially down in the Bell County area. We're just moved out of Killeen into Temple right now. A ton of rain, a ton of hail in the mix. Still continuing to monitor that tornado warning across Bell County and heading into Milam County as well. And I'll keep you posted here, Mike.
Yep, no, very good, Haley. We are watching that line of showers and storms. So again, we want to kind of back it out here just to show you, if you are just joining us right now, most of the strong weather now appears to be moving at a pretty good clip right now, right through McLennan County. Coryell County, you are in the clear. Down in Bell County, for the most part, Belton, and then areas back off to the west, you are in the clear right now. But this line of showers and thunderstorms will continue to move off to the east at about 35 to, let's say, 40 miles per hour, producing not only the heavy rainfall out there, but the very strong winds, the lightning out there, as well as those winds over 60 miles per hour, but the large hail. That hail that we've been watching right now has been down to the south, still under tornado warnings. And look at this, the purple color, that's where the hail is for the most part. I don't see a lot here in McLennan County, if anything, which again is a good news, up toward Hillsborough and Hill County there, 3/4 inch hail, which is not severe hail, by the way. But as you work your way down toward Temple and then down toward, let's say, just areas south of Temple, that's where we're seeing 1.75 inch in diameter hail, or at least the possibility of that as it moves off into the east. But again, you see the severe thunderstorm warnings that's still in effect until 9:30 here in McLennan County, down toward Falls County, still looking at a severe thunderstorm warning, and that runs until 9:30. Heavy rainfall, getting ready to move once again through the Waco area. Over towards Spiegelville, you can see heavy rainfall, low visibilities right now. We're taking you right on down to the city streets. Raining real good over toward Lake Waco. which is some great news. We love that rain in Lake Waco. We need rain. We need to fill it up, don't we? And it's raining pretty good right now in Lake Waco. But you can see, though, that the rain and that heavy rain is all starting to spread off to the east here, down a little bit farther down to the south. We'll back out here and show you as well, down toward the Woodway area, Hewitt, Lorena, down toward Moody and Temple, all looking at some very, very heavy rain moving through that area. And there's the tracker as we put that back on there for you. It is moving, again, at a pretty good speed right now. We're going to adjust that there for you and get that all ready to go. But for the most part, you get an idea here that if you live in these communities, you can expect some very windy conditions. And like we talked about earlier there, just make sure everything's picked up. Your trick-or-treat and your Halloween decorations outside are secure, because you might lose those in this wind here. But this is that narrow line out ahead of the front that's going to move through. And behind the front, winds have already turned back to the northwest, indicating the front is cleared. We're starting to see some drier air begin to push in. But out ahead of it, this is where the showers and storms are going right now. And these areas, you need to take some precautions right now. The big thing is stay away from windows. I mean, you can't see anything out there anyhow, just because it's going to be rain wrapped, and that means that you can't see the tornado if there's rain wrapped around it, right? So it's all up to the Doppler radar. You'll notice, though, we are starting to lose a few counties here under the warning, which is some good news, but not down toward Temple, not down toward the Killeen area. Even though Killeen is in the clear for the most part, you can see that line of showers and storms continues to track off to the east. And what we are seeing behind it, though, more of a northerly wind kick in. Here's our storm relative velocity. What we are watching, too, for the most part, those winds. Again, red indicate the wind blowing away from the radar site, green toward where you want to see it together is where we have the problem, and that's where we have the possible rotation. Again, as Haley told you a little bit earlier, these are Doppler radar indicated, being picked up by radar. You can't see them. We're going to circle the area of concern right now. There's Jarrell. It's just off to the east now of the Jarrell area. That's in Williamson County, Bell County. You're not too far away. As it tracks off to the east, a lot of lightning associated with that. So you can't see anything out there anyhow, but all you can see there and here is the lightning and the thunder and some very heavy rainfall as it pushes through. There's a tracker. Again, we'll put a tracker on that to give you a little heads up right now. If you live over toward the Donahoe area, around 9:27 is when we're expecting it to be moving through your area. Not too far away from other areas as well. We are looking, I can't see it too much over here.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. There we go.
That's
all right. Hey, there we go. Over toward Bowers at 9:40, Sharp at 9:42. Also looking at a little bit here across the area. Haley, if we can show some of the cameras again here, because it is telling the story of what's going on this evening here across the area. I mean, we've got clearing skies, or at least quiet weather for the most part. Let's hang with this for just a little bit here. Over toward Killeen. Once again, this is on top of the rooftop of one Killeen Center. Some lightning out in the distance, but the heavy rainfall has pushed away. This is in the Woodway area. Again, what we are looking at, Highway 84 out there. Skies are cloudy. The rain not quite as heavy. As we hit over toward Temple, some very heavy rainfall still in the area. Once again, we're on top of the Kyle building in downtown Temple. And of course, this is down in the Brazos Valley here. And what we are looking at from the Galleria Village office building in Bryan, that's Texas A&M University off in the distance. So again, the activity will be picking up down toward the Bryan and then College Station here very, very soon. But most of the activity in Killeen, as you can see, starting to quiet down, also quieting down over toward Florence, and even the eastern part of Coryell County, western McLennan County, starting to quiet down here as well. If you are in the Marlin area, down toward Cameron, Rockdale, down toward the Taylor area, you need to be thinking about, hey, I need to be pulling in my stuff here, making sure it's tied down. We've got some windy conditions coming our way. Could see some hail that could be as large as ping pong ball size hail. So that is a concern as well. Temple, looks like most of it is moving through. Your time is right now with the showers and thunderstorms rolling through your area, and that kind of slanting it down toward Georgetown, where it's just a little bit heavier down around the Round Rock area. And eventually, it looks like it's diving east and slightly down to the southeast. Gatesville, you're in the clear. Killeen, you're in the clear. For the most part, the tornado warning is still in effect, and that goes until 9:30. So that doesn't go, another 5 minutes or so for that area. But I wanted to show you the wind gusts, the winds that are associated with this front that's moving through the area. These are, again, gusts. We've had a wind gust over 50, 55 miles per hour. It's down to 48 here. Notice out of the south here, I think that's because the front hasn't moved through. 32-mile-per-hour gust in Killeen, 43 in Waco. But notice back here, see those arrows coming in from the northwest? That indicates the front has moved through, and we've got a northwesterly wind sliding down across that area. So again, this is out ahead of the front with the showers and thunderstorms rolling through at this time. And once again, the area of concern is a little bit farther to the south of Waco and Killeen. Temple, you're still getting some heavy rainfall, but it's down basically southeast Bell County as you work your way over to Milan County, and then down toward parts of Williamson County, looking pretty strong right now. Not only with the possibility of a tornado, but the very large hail. And again, if we look at our hail product here, you can see what we're looking at here with some very strong and some pretty large, I should say, hail. If we put this into motion too, look at how it kind of grows there. We are looking at the hail. Look at that. As Haley puts it on there, that's southeastern Bell County. If we put that into motion there, 1.5 inches. As you work your way over toward Falls County, it's about a 1/2 inch, which is not severe, but still, that'll get your attention, that is for sure. Williamson County, it's kind of falling apart, which is some great news as it moves off to the east. Nothing going on, I can tell you right now, in McLennan County. There's been no hail reported. Haven't seen anything on the board or anything like that, but that will continue to be the story here as this pushes away. Here's the big picture. We'll kind of expand it back out to show you that we are not only looking at this line of showers and storms here in our area, but it goes all the way down toward the Austin area as well. But the good news is it looks like the latest on the last few frames or so, the trend is it's beginning to weaken just a little bit. Again, we've got the severe thunderstorm warnings still out here. We still have the tornado warnings that are still out for parts of Bell County as you work your way down toward Williamson County and Milam County. But the farther back off to the west you go, we're starting to kind of quiet down just a little bit. Haley?
Yeah, the National Weather Service of Austin has actually expired the tornado warning for Williamson County, but it's going to continue the tornado warning for Bell County and Milam County. The radar site that we were using actually went down. So a couple of them actually went down. So we're going to be using this. It's going to be really hard to kind of monitor the types of inbound and outbound winds, but you can kind of get an idea of where these little kinks are in the storm. These little hooks are, yeah, like I said, little kinks in here, and that could potentially be where you have that little indicated rotation. Again, this was coming out of Bartlett and moving to the east at about 50 miles an hour. So I'm going to go ahead for everybody's safety and just put a storm tracker on this, kind of get your bearings set, and we'll see where we go from here. So putting this out to the east at about 50 miles an hour, we have in the frame switch community moving in right now, or just updated, Joy Lee moving in right now, Granger right now, New Colony at 9:30, so in about 2 minutes, Burlington about 2 minutes, High Band as well as Wilderville in about 2 minutes as well. So again, kind of the big picture, like what Mike just said, still monitoring all these showers and thunderstorms continuing to move off here in central Texas. We still have that severe thunderstorm warning for McLennan County that actually expires in about 2 minutes. It's 9:28 right now. This expires at 9:30. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning that has just been posted for Limestone County. That expires at 10:15 as this line of showers and thunderstorms continues to trek off to the east, moving at about 45-ish, 50 miles an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and put a big storm tracker on this just to get everybody's bearings set and just kind of figure out where you are located and how much time you have until this storm kind of comes knocking at your back door. So let me adjust the little times really quick, and then we will go from there. Marlin moving in right now, Dawson at right now, Rogers at 9:33, the Rice community at 9:39, Coolidge at 9:41. So these showers and thunderstorms, like we've mentioned, it's along and kind of ahead of an incoming cold front. And that's continuing to push off into central Texas. Going to move out of here to the east by around midnight or so. May hang in the Brazos Valley until then, but we'll see.
Yep, no, you're absolutely right. I think our window of when it starts to exit the central part of Texas will be around 12:30 in the morning. We're going to grab a few more items here and talk to MG and Adam. All that coming up in just a few more minutes. We'll be back in just a few minutes.